Community Cable Network. Welcome to high school wrestling on Community Cable Network. We're here at Warrior Run High School with the dual meet action tonight between the visiting Black Panthers of Milton High School and the defenders of Warrior Run. Jeff, two teams that come in here tonight with different records, but it's a rivalry, and you can probably throw the record book out on this one.
I think so. While Warrior Run certainly on paper seems to be the odds-on favorite, you have to throw that out the window. Speaking with Coach Greenlee earlier in the evening, indicated that it's not out of the picture. What it's going to take is probably maybe two upsets and a surprise, and it has the makings of it. Maybe looking at 130, some of the inexperienced wrestlers from either team in Miller and Daly could be a turning point. But one of the matches that I know I'm waiting for is that one at 140 between Gimberly and Swartz. Should be an important bout, actually, for both teams.
And the defenders come in with a record of 12-3, and the Black Panthers come in with a record of 2-10. But this is a rivalry, and one other important facet of tonight's match is each team has a state champion.
Yes, they do. It's we got Jason Betts for the defenders, and we have Crawford for the Panthers. And wrap around those, some of the wrestlers like Nitchie and Swartz and Gimberling. Should be some good matchups tonight.
We'll be back with all the high school wrestling from Warrior Run High School after these announcements.
Welcome to the Watson Inn, the area's most complete inn, designed for comfort, friendly service, and fabulous food. The staff at the inn is pleased to offer a full menu of steaks, seafood, sandwiches, soups, and more. Plus the Watson Inn's weekly chef specials to tempt your taste buds. The Watson Inn features family dining in the Heritage Room, spacious banquet rooms, and guest rooms, creating an atmosphere that'll bring you back. The Watson Inn in downtown Watsontown, the area's most complete inn.
It's a car born of intelligent engineering. It's responsive, innovative, refined. It's a driver's side airbag and anti-lock brakes. Introducing the all-new 88 Royale LS. Oldsmobile. The power of intelligent engineering.
Check out our wide selection of Oldsmobiles here at Hawkins Chevrolet, where friends meet friends.
Welcome to the Dutch Pantry in Danville. Come and celebrate our 20th anniversary. Our senior citizens menu is an added feature along with our famous ham and bean soup. Courteous customer service and a relaxed atmosphere enhances your dining experience. Browse through and admire our gift shop. Handmade Christmas items and Amish dolls are a few of the gift items to choose from. The next time you get together with your family, take them to the Dutch Pantry, located at exit 33 off I-80 and Route 54 in Danville. We're here at a jam-packed Warrior Run High School for tonight's wrestling match between the visiting Black Panthers of Milton and the defenders of Warrior Run. The captains are in the center of the mat for the flip of the disc, and the Milton Black Panthers are going to have their choice, and they're going to take the odd matches, so they'll have their discretion in the second period of each odd bout, while the Warrior Run defenders will be in the even bouts. Jeff Frisetta, this is a backyard rivalry between two teams that just love to go at it. They've wrestled about 30-some times, I think 36 matches. And Warrior Run's won 15, Milton 17. There have been 4 draws. So throw out the record book tonight when these two teams hit. As we're at 103 pounds, Buster Bob for the Black Panthers out there, a sophomore against Chris Rapowicki, another sophomore.
Bob at 103 in the dark uniform, tapping on the head. Rapowicki in deep is Bob, picks up a single leg, goes to a double. Tries to lift and get control. Nice counter by Rapowicki. Come neutral and quick again on a single. Push and drive through, step over is Bob for a takedown here in the first period at 103. Buster Bob is a sophomore for the Greenlee coach Black Panthers. Riding in on the top here, sticks the crossbody ride in. Working the head underneath for an arm. Official indicating potentially dangerous. They'll bring him back to the center of the mat. Rapowicki has had some tough going over the last week or so. He's probably wrestled two of the toughest kids in the state, Bob.
He sure has, and he's had a tough time of it. In last week, Thursday night, he wrestled Jason Flora from Central Columbia, and he wrestled Lehman from Line Mountain last Saturday night. And Jeff, this is, I think, the fifth match, dual meet for the defenders in the last 7 days. They came in with a record of 11-0 to Central Columbia a week ago, lost that Central Susquehanna Conference match, then came back to a dual meet Saturday night with Sayre and Line Mountain. Shocked by Sayre and wrestled against Line Mountain, lost against them. Line Mountain, the third-ranked team in the state. However, they rebounded in their most recent match against Hughesville, so they bring a 12-3 record into tonight's dual meet. As the wrestlers just about ready to get back at it, with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in the first period at 103 pounds.
Buster Bob will take the top position here after that timeout by the official. He's out in front here in the first period at 103 by a 2-0 margin. Able to pick up a takedown in the early going. Actually a nice combination move, single to a double. Bob works in a chicken wing, reaching up for half. Has Rapowicki on his base, trying to rock him over. Immediately goes to a pinning combination. Buster Bob for the Black Panthers, trying to get their team on the board first. Rapowicki trying to bridge out. Bob with his hips in deep. Drags back, he's dragging back. Now shoots to half. Buster Bob. Rapowicki, though, is able to belly down, turn out. Nice move by Rapowicki. And he does stay out of trouble here with about 30 seconds remaining. Pick up 3 points near fall for Buster Bob.
Bob came very close to a first period pin on that last combination for near fall points, as there's only 18 seconds to go in the first period, with Bob leading 5-0.
Bob riding tight, hip in deep, now reaches across, sets in with an inside cradle, sit by Rapowicki. Bob just steps right over the top, and the official will again stop this for a possible headgear attempt, I think.
Yes, and before I think there's maybe a nosebleed over there, as Coach Bob Greenlee, attending to his wrestler Buster Bob, able to pick up a 2-point near fall on that last flurry, as he was able to catch Chris Rapowicki sitting out and just took him right over to his back. So Coach Bob Greenlee coming in here for the Black Panthers with a very deceptive 2-10 record. They won most recently against Mifflinburg, and they've had a tough time this year, but they're a relatively young team. They only have a few seniors in their lineup, Jeff.
And Bob is one of those young performers. As we said, a sophomore, but a strong performer for Coach Greenlee.
Good to have a fellow like that at the start of your lineup to get your team off to a good start, and he's done that with that 14-7 record, as Coach Greenlee getting ready to fix up Bob's nose, get him back into action with just 5 seconds to go in the first period. This match at 103 for the Black Panthers, I think if they're going to be in this match against the defenders from top to bottom, they're going to have to get a pin or some substantial team points here to offset some of the strength of the defenders later on.
Just 5 ticks on the clock here in the first period. Bob will stay in front here 7-0 over Chris Rapowicki at 103.
Bob defers his choice to the Warrior Run defender, and Chris Rapowicki takes the neutral position despite being taken down early in the first period. So they're going to start neutral in period number 2.
Bob out in front by a 7-0 margin. 103-pound bout. Pretty big bout here for the Black Panthers to start out. And if Bob swings behind, 2-point takedown, very quickly drives for the pin, shoots to half. Rapowicki bridges, trying to bridge inward. Buster Bob trying to reverse that half, gets a little bit high, but Rapowicki still in trouble here, has a half on deep. A bridge and roll by Rapowicki, spins out of it.
3 more near fall points awarded.
Very intense wrestling out there by Buster Bob. He knows it needs a pin. Buster Bob working on inside cradle now, trying to lock up. Just under a minute here, trying to walk it over. Does have it walked over, official watching the back. Rapowicki in trouble here for the defenders. Buster Bob driving for the pin and picks it up here with 1:03 in the second period.
So Buster Bob starts off the Black Panthers in a fine fashion with a pin in 1 minute and 7 seconds of the second period for the Black Panthers. And they're going to take a 6-0 team point lead as we move into 112 pounds. And here comes one of the stalwarts for the defenders as J.J. Russell, a freshman, getting ready to come out for the Black Panthers. He's going to have his hands full with the defending state champion, Jason Betts.
Okay, Jason Betts tight on the head snap. J.J. Russell for the Black Panthers. 112-pound bout. It's Jason Betts, only a sophomore, but a state champion. Jason Betts, 17-0 on the season. We're neutral here in the first period at 112.
And J.J. Russell not afraid to go out after Jason Betts. He's just a freshman, so we got two young fellas out there, but one of them's a defending state champ. He's 16-0 in the season, and he's in deep on a single leg.
Betts in deep on that single, trying to pick. Russell tries to counter with a cross face. Betts lifts, drops behind, 2-point takedown. Betts for the defenders. Betts riding with that real tight tight waist, 2-on-1 underneath. Russell wrestling aggressively and has to. Now it's Betts trying to work up a double bar, trying to walk that around, walking towards the head, steps over. If he can sit through, Jason Betts picking up back points. There's the sit through. You can see that J.J. Russell for the Panthers in trouble here at 112. Jason Betts trying to answer that fall at 103. J.J. Russell, though, bellies down, fights his way out with 35 seconds remaining in the first period. Jason Betts in control out in front, 5-0. Still locked on. You can see he's locked on that elbow. Will reach through, looking for a cradle again.
He's got it locked up inside.
25 seconds.
That's broken.
J.J. Russell stands, tries to turn in. This is the way he's going to have to wrestle him. And it's Betts. Just lifts Russell off the mat, drives him to his back, shoots the half. Chest on chest, trying to walk it around. J.J. Russell able to spin through again.
And that's going to do it for the first period for Jason Betts. A 5-0 lead over J.J. Russell, and Russell avoided some potentially disastrous situations as he rolled through and avoided near fall points. And in this second period, Betts deferred. Russell took the neutral position.
Neutral again to start the second period here at 112. Jason Betts out to a 5-0 margin. Is J.J. Russell that goes deep for a single, but countered well by Betts, working that cross face. Russell trying to get underhooks and lift. There's a headlock by Betts. Jason Betts working another pinning combination. Russell trying to get to his side and stay out of trouble. But it's Betts trying to pull that elbow back. There he's locked up. Russell in trouble. Betts working, there's the fall in the second period.
41 seconds of the second period for Jason Betts. And he's going to knot it all up here in the team score, 6-6 after the first two bouts as the Black Panthers and the defenders trade pins. J.J. Russell did a valiant effort, but Jason Betts, just a lot of firepower and strength for him. So we're going to go to 119 pounds, and out there in the mat for the defenders, Terry Stroessner, a sophomore, 14-4, going against a junior for the Black Panthers, Ryan Baker. He's 3-13.
Stroessner in the blue. 119-pound bout. Ryan Baker for the Panthers. Baker reaches in on a single, tries to lock up. They step out of bounds. Stroessner has been on a rage, I think, since that Central Columbia match when he did lose, but he's been on a great roll.
And Ryan Baker wasted no time, though, going out after him, because I think Coach Bob Reeling knows he's going to have a couple upsets here in this dual meet, and maybe this is one of them he would look for, if at all possible, if his defenders have to have a chance as they go out of bounds with 1:26 to go in the first period.
Yes, in spite of Baker's 3-13 record, he's wrestled tough, and he will have to wrestle tough tonight. He's countering well on the head. Nice whizzer. Drives and steps. Ryan Baker working a whizzer, but as Strassner reaches up, Strassner comes up for the head and will pick up a 2-point takedown. Yes, there it is. 2-point takedown. Strassner now out in front, riding from the opposite side, splits the leg, reaching under for a one-on-one. Baker down flat on his stomach. You can see Strassner reaching up for that head to stick a half on. Strassner riding with his hips deep. Now trying to drive to the side. As long as Baker's off his base, you can do that. Baker comes back to his base in a short sit position. He's trying to peel the wrist off his waist, trying to turn. Strassner, though, with an underhook, trying to reach through. Baker tries to switch out. Strassner, and official indicating
warning stalling on, I believe it's going to be on the Warrior Run defender, Terry Strassner. That was a quick call by our official tonight, who's from the District 6 area, and he wasted little time as he thought Terry Strassner riding parallel, not really working for a pin, and he called a quick stalling warning. 20 seconds to go.
From the opposite side, it's Strassner here at 119, out in front 2-0 over Ryan Baker. Now works that tight waist, near arm, chops it. Ryan on his side. Strassner. This could be one of the surprises here. Low scoring bout.
And that'll do it for the first period, as Terry Strassner, on the strength of an early takedown, has a 2-0 lead over Ryan Baker. Baker has his choice. He defers to Strassner. Strassner takes a look over at Coach Wayne Smythe, and he's going to take the bottom defensive position. He's getting set for the referee, making sure his hands are above the line and knees below it. Baker settles in on top, and period number 2 is underway.
Stand up quick as Strassner. He peels at the waist, trying to turn in. Baker right behind him. You can see Strassner trying to peel at the waist. They go out of bounds.
And now we're going to get a warning stalling against Ryan Baker. So both wrestlers warned for stalling. I think this referee is trying to assert a little control of this dual meet, and he's called 2 warnings here at the third match.
Quick sit out, turn in on the whistle by Strassner. Strassner trying to hit that switch, turns in, hooks the leg. Baker still has control. Hooked on that elbow. Ryan Baker still has control. Nice move by Baker, trying
Good
to step
recovery
across.
so far. Good recovery. He still maintains control.
Trying to get a reversal here, but as long as Baker has that leg, official watching. Problem here is Baker's been called for stalling, and he's going to have to move, or we could see a point in the second period, which you rarely see. Now Strassner has it hooked. 2-point reversal by Strassner, right to a cradle. Minute remaining here at 119. Strassner trying to walk over, but you can see as Baker has the leg hook. Now he steps out.
Putting the head in the side, which is a key point in getting this cradle effectively in a pinning combination. He gets the head in the side, brings the knees up, and that's what he's trying to do.
Baker trying to reach through with that can't. Take the leg of Strassner to prevent him from rolling over. Stalemate called.
And the referee calls a stalemate with 36 seconds to go. It looked like neither wrestler going to be able to advance their position. So Ryan Baker's going to be down for the remaining 36 seconds of this second period unless he escapes or reverses.
Yeah, stalemate occurs when they can't improve their position.
Absolutely.
And stalling is when they won't. Stand up on the whistle is Baker. Tries to turn in. Strassner with his hands full tonight here in the second period. Out in front by a 4-0 margin. They're nearly in a stalemate position again, but Strassner driving in, trying to reach up. Reach up for the head. That's the best thing to do. Make your opponent a little bit nervous. Nice move by Strassner. Baker working well, though. They go out of bounds one more time. In spite of the 2 calls for stalling, I've been impressed with even the wrestlers that got pinned at 103-112. They're aggressive. They're out there to win tonight.
Well, this is that rivalry factor that sometimes you can throw out the records of the wrestlers as the second period ends with Terry Strassner moving his margin to 4-0 on the strength of reversal in the second period. Period number 3 will be underway in just a moment with Ryan Baker from Milton in the bottom position. And there we go. Final 2 minutes at 1:19.
Baker will begin in the down position and been down much of the second period and first period. Stroessner for the defenders reaches across for the elbow, basically using a spiral ride there. Baker tries to go to a short sit, turn in. Baker not moving real well on the bottom now. Crabbed up a little bit. Official.
And that's going to be a point awarded to Terry Stroessner for stalling by Ryan Baker.
Correct. Baker not moving, trying to hang in there. Stroessner working ahead, trying to spin behind. Baker needs to continue moving on the bottom. Stroessner goes right back to his cradle. Right back to the cradle. Stroessner with a minute here, trying to drive it over on the cradle. Trying to walk it around, but Baker sticks that arm in and preventing it. Stroessner drives, does kick over. Official watching, we will have back points. Stroessner for the defenders. Trying to work for our third pin of the night. So far it's 1-8 for Milton and Warrior Run. Stroessner wants to make it 2 for the defenders, but not on this combination. 40 seconds remaining. 3-point near fall for Terry Stroessner. And another stalemate.
With just 35 seconds to go, Stroessner with an 8-point lead, which will give him a major decision, and a major decision in high school wrestling team scoring will give his team 4 team points. Well, here's a caution on the Milton wrestler Ryan Baker as he was not properly set.
Baker stands up on the whistle. Stroessner rides from the opposite side, chopping that arm, trying to come forward. Baker trying to look inside. Stroessner, 18 seconds, trying to push Baker to his back, trying to increase that lead. Baker wants to come out for at least 1 to get away from that 8-0 margin, but Stroessner right back to the same cradle. Working that cradle, heads in the side. Another 1 point awarded to Stroessner in the closing moments as he will win this 9-0 over the Black Panthers' Ryan Baker.
And that's going to give the Warrior Run defenders 4 team points, and they're going to move out to a 10-6 lead as we move to 125 pounds. And coming out for the Black Panthers is Bob Crawford. He's going to face Casey McGargle, a freshman. And this is the big gun for the Black Panthers, Bob Crawford, a senior, 123 wins and 1 loss. He's 14-0 this year, a 3-time state champion, and a freshman out there, 4-13, Casey McGargle.
Okay, McGargle will have to take the match to him. This official is not letting anyone back up. He's making him wrestle, and that's really the way it should be. Snap down, spin behind real quick by Crawford. Steps over to an opposite side cradle, but McGargle able to stand. Trying to turn in, they go out of bounds. 2-point takedown, out of bounds for Crawford.
And Crawford, out of those 123, he's pinned 61 times. So that's 50% of his matches have ended in pins.
Crawford just pushes away for a 1-point escape. He feels very comfortable with a shrug here in neutral position the first period. Crawford, snap down, spin behind, real quick, real quick. Another takedown, 4-1. Official gonna let it push, 1-point escape. 4-2. Crawford out in front of the freshman, Casey McGargle. Now Crawford picks up another 2-point takedown and goes right to a pinning combination. Bob Crawford trying to add to his pin total. Bob Crawford for the Black Panthers trying to add a pin as McGargle's in real trouble here. Crawford for the Panthers, leaning in on that pin. McGargle trying to kick out. Bob Crawford trying to step it out to make it a 15-0 season. Crawford, hips low, dragging deep. McGargle in trouble, there's the fall.
At 1 minute and 27 seconds of the first period, that's Bob Crawford going out 15-0 in his year, his 62nd career pin. And there's not too many things you can say about Bob Crawford, except he's one of Pennsylvania's best wrestlers, hoping to achieve a rare feat, making it with his 4th state championship coming up in Hershey. Only 6 wrestlers in Pennsylvania have done it so far, and he could be the 7th. Now we move to 130 pounds. Out there for Warrior Run, Todd Miller, a junior, and Gary Daly for the Black Panthers.
Coach Greenley indicated this would be an important bout here this evening. He needed a win in this middle weights. And that's going to rest on sophomore Gary Daly of the Panthers, and he does go in on a single leg, or tries an ankle pick, but Todd Miller works the head. They go out of bounds. No control, and we will have a nosebleed timeout by the official. Okay, it's Daly for the Black Panthers in the dark uniform. They're tied up with Todd Miller in the center of the mat at the 130-pound weight class. First period, no scoring. Tug on the head by Miller. Gary Daly, a sophomore. Miller, 1-11 on the year. He's a junior. Critical matchup here as we begin the middle weights. Team score, Warrior Run down right now, 12-10. This crowd, Bob, is certainly bigger than the tri-meet that we were fortunate enough to see this past weekend up here, and that had Line Mountain. That tells you how much you have local rivalries, and that's what makes it.
Of course, Line Mountain came in the third-ranked double-A team in Pennsylvania. Warrior Run at the time was 8th, so that was a top 10 matchup. But a lot of fans just come out to see these two schools and their wrestlers go out on the mats.
Official watching closely. He's going to want to see these boys shoot.
Yeah.
He's not been afraid to call a warning.
And he does it, just as you said. He has called Warrior Run's Todd Miller for stalling, basically backing off.
Yep. Deep is Daly on a single, tries to walk it around, but Miller trying to hip back, trying to work a cross-face counter. Now reaches through the crotch, but it's Miller deep on that single leg. They're nearly out of bounds. Once again, Miller tries to work that cross-face, trying to sprawl back, but now the first period will close out with no score.
And the significant action in that first period was the warning against Todd Miller. Now, Gary Daly had his choice. He deferred to Todd Miller. Miller will have the choice in the second period. He's going to take the bottom position, and he's getting set for the second 2 minutes of wrestling as Gary Daly from Milton on top.
Okay, sit out, turn in by Miller. Follow right behind is Daly. But Miller's trying to come around, trying to step over. Daly still has control, but just barely, as Miller's trying to walk over, but his head's down. It's going to be tough to see whether he can really do anything with that. Official watching. We may have a stalemate. A little bit surprising that there, lift by Miller. Nothing here in the second period. It's difficult to see who has control. We're either going to have, okay, it's Daly tries to lift up, and Daly will pick up 2 near fall points here in the second period. Could be pretty important points. Now he gets high and Miller takes him. Miller going to pick up a reversal, answers that 2-point near fall, and Miller drives for the half, trying to drag back, gets high. Daly's able to roll through. So tit for tat here, 2-point near fall. Gets too high. Miller picks up a reversal. 2-2 here with just under a minute. Sit out, turn in by Daly. The action has certainly picked up. Daly hooks the arm of Miller. Now Miller trying to lock on the cradle, but he steps over. Todd Miller for the defenders on top here in the second period, but the bout score is evened at 2-2 with just under 25 seconds remaining.
And Gary Daly got a near fall, but almost ended up pinning himself as he had spread Todd Miller with a leg hold, the can opener, but got a little overzealous, and Miller able to get a reversal as we're under 10 seconds.
Miller tries to pull that back, but Daly's able to move out of bounds with only 9 ticks on the clock. Official hurries him right back. Actually, I like this. Make them wrestle. That's what it's about. You go for the pin, stand up quick on the whistle by Daly, but Miller rising to the mat as we're going to close out the second period.
And that score after 2 periods is going to be all tied up at 2 apiece for Gary Daly of Milton and Todd Miller of Warrior Run, as period number 3 about ready to start, and in this period, Daly has his choice. He's in the bottom position, looking to escape or reverse, and he gets set. Miller getting ready to get on top.
On the whistle, again, it's Miller. It's a hook by Daly underneath, but Miller just spins the opposite side. Not going to buy that roll. Miller, though, with real good pressure, taking the ankle, reaches up for that head. Daly, though, trying to stay away from that cradle. Miller, though, reaching through the crotch. Daly's reaching back. 2-2 here. Miller, though, have to move off that ankle. Okay, he does. I think 5 seconds. He has to move up from it.
Looking for the reverse cradle is Milton's Gary Daly.
He is, and it's a tough move to get. He's going to have to get Miller high or loose. And now Daly's turning in. Miller's still in control, but out in front. Official watching. We just still not giving up position. Shrugged by. Official. Ooh,
very close there.
Very close. We're 2-2, 50 seconds remaining.
This could go either way.
Miller maintains control, and official calls a stalemate. Remember, it's Miller in the top position.
He's been warned for stalling with 53 seconds to go, so he's got a mess.
Daly has the advantage coming off the bottom here. Miller's going to have to drive. Okay, on the whistle. Daly just reaches back trying to hook that arm. 45 seconds. Miller steps in with the legs. Now Daly reaches up, pulls on the elbow. Miller's going to have to draw back, put his hips in deep. Official now warns Daly, so both wrestlers have been warned with 29 seconds remaining. Daly on the bottom for the Black Panthers. 22 seconds. We may experience an overtime here. Now, it's Daly trying to lift up. Does come to a standing position. Miller still in control. Gary Daly, he can reach up. There it is. What a move by Daly. We're going to have a 2-point takedown. And at the buzzer, big win here for the Black Panthers. Gary Daly is going to pull out a 4-2 win at 130 pounds.
With a reversal in the remaining 5 seconds of the match, we thought it might go to a sudden victory in overtime, but Gary Daly came back with that reversal with about 5 seconds to go and squeaks out a 4-2 win over Todd Miller. That team score as we go to 135 pounds is going to be Milton 15, Warrior Run 10, and now out there for the defenders, Craig Nitchie, a senior, 16-2, and Ed Bidinger, a sophomore, 2-7 for the Black Panthers.
And Nitchie is a pinner. He's going to get him right back in deep real quick as Nitchie picks up a single leg, lifts it high, trips. Bidinger steps out, escape for Bidinger. Pretty much, though, the fashion we've seen. Nitchie in the early going goes for those takedowns.
But here he comes.
Trying to step around.
He'll get that arm high and push over, and that's what he's doing.
2-point takedown, Nitchie.
He's got the half in.
Drive through. He can reverse the half. He does. Official watching. Bidinger in trouble here for the Black Panthers. Nitchie going for another one of his patented pins. Ed Bidinger, only a sophomore, going against this tremendous senior. Bidinger trying to fight out, bridge up. Official watching. Bidinger in trouble. Nitchie driving. Reverses the half. Tries to sag his hips. You can see Bidinger take that knee and try and keep it back. Now he walks it around. Nitchie walks it around towards the face. A lot of time here.
40 seconds to go.
Now Nitchie drops.
And there it is.
There it is.
That fast by Craig Nitchie, a fall in 1 minute and 16 seconds of the first period for the Warrior Run defenders, Craig Nitchie. And he's going to put the defenders ahead for the second time tonight as they take a 16-15 lead after 135. So Jeff Presetta, we've wrestled 6 bouts here tonight between these two rivals, and the defenders are ahead by a 16-15 score as we go to 140 pounds. Out there on the mat for the defenders getting ready is Andy Gemberling, a junior, and a senior for the Black Panthers, Mark Swartz. This is a real critical bout for both teams, two good wrestlers.
Yes, and it's great to see this kind of matchup. Gemberling, I believe, is 16-2, and Mark Schwartz, a senior, 17-6. This should be a good match. Good match.
One of the ironies is that Mark Schwartz's father, a Warrior Run High School graduate, and wrestled for the Defenders more than a few years ago.
No point score here at 140, but we have seen the action tonight. 4 pins already.
2 for the Defenders and 2 for the Black Panthers.
Gemberling for Coach Smythe's Defenders. Shoots in. Schwartz, though, very quick on his feet. Schwartz tied up on the head. Look for a little shrug by here. Schwartz tries to drive right into Gemberling. Now it's Gemberling hooked on the elbow. You can see he has that head. He's going to try and spin behind. Schwartz, though, brings his hand up on the hip. Prevents that shrug. 140-pound bout. There's the shrug by Schwartz. 2-point takedown.
Very nice move by Mark Schwartz for the Black Panthers.
Schwartz strong. One-on-one underneath, using that half. Way high. Too anxious. May see Gemberling trying to come behind. Official's going to watch that real close. They're nearly out of bounds. Schwartz maintains. No, he doesn't. Yes, they're out of bounds.
But he's going to give a reversal to Andy Gemberling right on the edge of the mat with 30 seconds to go, and Schwartz will be down for the final 30 seconds, and Andy Gemberling with that reversal on top.
Schwartz trying to lock on and actually give the appearance of not being in trouble, but he lost his control. Sit out, turn in. Nice hook by Gemberling. Spin around. Nice move. Nice move. Andy Gemberling for the Defenders.
Just about caught Mark Schwartz.
Schwartz is a strong one. Stands up, turns in. They're nearly out of bounds.
Very exciting here in this first 2 minutes at 140 pounds.
Official's not going to make these guys wrestlers.
No.
They're wrestling.
There's no need for that by the official. I think these fellas really want to go at it, and they've done it so far.
Schwartz in the down position here. Gemberling wrestling top. Schwartz tries to turn in. Will trying to turn and face, but Gemberling in deep right away on the leg.
Never lost contact.
Gemberling driving here to close out the period, but it's going to end 2-2 after 1.
And we go to the second period, and that's going to be the Black Panthers. Mark Schwartz with his choice. He defers to Andy Gemberling, and Gemberling is going to be in the bottom position for the second 2 minutes, and both wrestlers really went at it. I was impressed by the way Andy Gemberling was able to just hang real close to Mark Schwartz, as Schwartz was very close to escape several times in the last 30 seconds.
On the whistles, it's Schwartz that goes into a crab ride here, but Gemberling tries to take the leg, now comes back to his base. Schwartz working for the Black Panthers. Gemberling in the down position. We're knotted up here 2-2 in the second period at 140. Key bout here tonight, middleweight bout. Schwartz riding a little bit high, lets Gemberling reach through, take the leg. Gemberling's going to try and lift. Gemberling trying to lift. He does pick up a reversal. That's Gemberling's second reversal here in the bout.
1:20 to go in the second period, and Gemberling ahead 4-2.
Tight waist turn in by Schwartz, picks up a 1-point escape. 4-3, everything we expected. On that single leg, it's Gemberling going to pick it up, but Schwartz reaching through. Gemberling now switches off that single, tries to lock on. Gemberling driving, he's going to pick up 2. There it is. Gemberling working a cradle, pushing, driving against Schwartz. It's Schwartz trying now to come around behind, but they go out of bounds.
Just 43 seconds to go in the second period, and a very good second period it is for Andy Gemberling. He's got a reversal and a takedown. He's got a 6-3 lead here with more than halfway through the bout.
We were knotted after 1 period, but now it's Gemberling for the Defenders, out 6-3. Gemberling with a spiral ride, trying underneath, oversteps the leg. Schwartz with the Black Panthers. He's a junior going against senior, or excuse me, he's a senior. Schwartz in the down position and down in this bout by a score of 6-3. Defenders just went out in front 16-13 after the last bout. Gemberling knows. Look at him. Reaches across for that cradle, lets it go. But Schwartz now close out the second period. It's not over yet.
And Andy Gemberling 6-3. And as we've seen him on high school wrestling on Community Cable Network and other matches, you know he's going to go a full 6 minutes, and so will Mark Schwartz. Just 2 minutes to go in this exciting 140-pound dual meet bout between the Black Panthers and the Defenders.
Okay, in quickly is Gemberling. Still neutral. Nice counter move by Schwartz. Still neutral. Now Gemberling goes behind. Headlock by Schwartz, but roll through by Gemberling. Nice series move. Good presence of mind. 6-3. 1:30 remaining. Schwartz showing the flashes of it here. Trying to come out the back door. They're near the edge of the out of bounds. Official indicating, I'm not sure whether he's going to bring him back to a neutral.
Well, let's see what the referee calls. And fans applauding all of that action as it's a neutral position.
Yes, it is. 6-3. There was no control. Still 6-3. Schwartz down in this bout is going to have to go get it. It's Gemberling that's gotten the takedowns, though. Gemberling stepping up, backing up a little bit.
He backed up a little too much for the referee's liking, and so he's been warned for stalling.
This is like a book, like a book. The kids on the bench better see it now. And quickly is Gemberling on that same single leg. Schwartz has been unable to counter that effectively thus far in the bout. Lift, turn in. You see Schwartz trying to lock on the waist, hoping for a stalemate. Has it locked through the crotch. But Gemberling brings his head up if he can reach through. Look at that. Look at him come up. Step towards the head. Gemberling putting the pressure on. 2-point near fall. 25 seconds.
I think it's just a takedown. No near fall points that I could see on that.
Sorry, yep.
So it's 8-3 with 20 seconds to go.
Very, very aggressive wrestling by Gemberling.
After he got warned for stalling, he wasted no time, came in on a beautiful single leg pick, took it into a takedown, and padded his lead to a 5-point margin. 12 seconds to go here at 140 pounds.
This is a big one for Coach Smythe. And a tough one for the defender. Stand up, turn in. Official indicating Gemberling locked his hands. Will give up a 1-point penalty. 2-point reversal, and it's Schwartz at the buzzer going for a pin. Unfortunately, too little, too late. It will end 10-4 in favor of the defenders, Andy Gemberling.
Well, I think they're going to call that 8-6, Jeff. I think the scoreboard here at Warrior Run High School had it wrong, so it's going to be an 8-6 margin in favor of Andy Gemberling, and we'll be back with more high school wrestling after these announcements.
This part of tonight's presentation is being brought to you by Montour County Oil Company at 237 Rooney Avenue in Danville. 24-hour emergency service, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. Call us at 275-4555 for all your heating needs.
Milton CATV, 15 North Front Street, providing quality cable television since 1953. Placing the world at your fingertips. For a copy of tonight's presentation, call your local CATV office. We're proud to be a part of the Milton community.
We're ready to start action again at Warrior Run High School at 145 pounds. Out there for the defenders is freshman Todd Leidecker. I think Dan Paul, a senior from Milton.
Dan Paul catches him in a headlock, but Leidecker keeps the present, rolls through, and stays out of trouble, but not before a 2-point takedown by Paul. And now it's Todd Decker. Leidecker reverses and will pick up 2 near fall points. 4-2 Leidecker.
I think they're going to give Dan Paul 2 points for a near fall as well on his initial headlock as Lydecker reversed it and put Paul on his back. So it's 4-4 with 1:35 to go, and the action, fast-paced as ever, just continues here at Warrior Run High School.
Paul from the bottom sits out quick, but Lydecker locks on a cradle. Boy, is Warrior Run using a cradle tonight. Lydecker, there's the fall in the first period.
38 seconds into the period, that's freshman Todd Lydecker for Warrior Run. He's a freshman with an 11-1 record now, and just an outstanding success story for Warrior Run and Coach Wayne Smythe. And that's going to make the team score Warrior Run 25, Milton 15. As we move to 152 pounds, out there for the defenders is Joey Hill, a senior with a 15-2 record, and out there for Milton, Nathan Rarick, a sophomore, 12-7.
Hill weighed in at 140, bumped up to 152 again tonight. Hill deep on a single,
out of bounds.
No control. In very quickly now is Rarick on a single. I'm impressed here. Milton is going right after it. You can't just look at records tonight, because if Nathan Rarick's going to pick up a 2-point takedown.
He is. 1:30 to go as they're out of bounds. Referee Bernie Chapman controlling the action here, really has all the wrestlers from both teams wrestling very fast-paced. And it's made for exciting wrestling.
Absolutely. Great night. 152. It's Rarick that pushes him away. It's he that feels comfortable on his feet.
And
Joey Hill's the senior.
If you remember against Mifflinburg a week ago on CCN when Milton was wrestling Mifflinburg, this is what Nathan Rarick did to the Mifflinburg wrestler.
Okay, it's Rarick out in front by a 2-1 edge, feeling comfortable on his feet. Hill nearly out of bounds.
Of course, Hill is very much a veteran with a senior wrestler, outstanding football players. They're out of bounds one more time, and all-around good athlete. I don't think he's going to get shaken in the first minute here, down 2-1.
152-pound bout. In deep on that single. Trips forward. Rarick, though, has that. Yes, they go out of bounds. Rarick able to stay out of trouble there. He just put the whizzer in.
And
I'm not sure the fans liked it, but he had a whizzer in there, didn't have control. May have been a different story if it had been out in the center of the bullet, but good official.
Yes. He's been very consistent in his calls. And let's see right here, another one. He's going to warn Rarick for backing off and stalling.
Don't you back up tonight. Tap on the head.
Not with Bernie Chapman officiating.
We're neutral here in the first period. It's Joey Hill defenders down by a bout score of 2-1. Excellent action.
I think in defense of Nathan Rarick, he really doesn't stall, but he sets up his takedowns by backing up and allowing the wrestler to come to him, just as he did right there.
There it is. Now he's deep on a single leg, but look at the power of Hill as he works the head, sprawls back. Powerful legs. Now it's Hill trying to work that head. Hill, watch him shrug it by, trying to set it up. There's, oh, nice move by Rarick. 2-point takedown, they go out of bounds.
And they go out of bounds with Nathan Rarick having a cradle on Joey Hill.
Actually, a very similar move in the first period. Rarick's reaction time is fantastic.
It really is, and I think he's got Joey Hill thinking about this individual bout.
Rarick out in front here, 4-1. Trying to bring his Black Panthers back into it as we close out the first period.
A very strong first period for Nathan Rarick. 2 takedowns for him, and Joey Hill an escape, 4-1. At the end of period number 1, we go to period number 2, and Joey Hill will be in the bottom position. And I think Hill's a little surprised. Nathan Rarick backing up a little bit on occasion, but setting it up for his singles and doubles. And he's going to allow Hill to escape.
He's been successful with the takedowns, but his takedowns have been counters. In deep on that ankle. He likes Hill's ankle. He's going to pull that back in. Rarick trying to pull. Watch him try to trip. Hill maintaining his balance. Nice step, good balance. Hill working the back of the head. It's Rarick trying to keep him in bounds. Joey Hill for the defenders. Nathan Rarick lifts high, reaching up for the head. They're near the out of bounds again. It's Joey Hill, steps back over. Good presence of mind by Hill. Then they stay neutral.
And a tremendous sense of balance for Joey Hill saved him, but that Nathan Rarick maintained contact with the single leg, and exciting wrestling.
We're still heated up here. Most of this wrestling's been on their feet. 3 takedowns and an escape. Nathan Rarick out in front for...
And Joey Hill better be careful he doesn't get warned for stalling, as the referee Bernie Chapman gave him a quick look as Hill was backing up.
Okay, it's Hill reaching in, but it's Rarick locks on that elbow, trying to whip it by. Hill trying to scoot behind. Rarick brings his arm up, push out of bounds. Just under a minute remaining here, 152 pounds. Warrior Run Milton wrestling at its finest.
And as we said earlier in the telecast, Bob Greenlee, as there's going to be another penalty, no, a warning for stalling to Joey Hill, for he was backing up, so both boys warned. Bob Greenlee felt he had to have an upset or two to stay in this dual meet, and this may be the one he was looking for, but
quickly is Hill on that single, trips forward. Look at the counter there. Rarick with the whizzer, and they go out of bounds.
33 seconds to go in the second period, and real good action here at Warrior Run High School.
Rarick slipped in that whizzer and hipped out. Now in deep is Rarick on a double. Hill reaching over the back. Rarick in on the double legs, not going to let it go and lift. Rarick going to pick up a 2-point takedown here. Second period, 15 on the clock in the second period, 152-pound bout. Another exciting bout here. Hill's trying to turn in, trying to switch. Rarick just puts his shoulder in, drive out of bounds with 4 ticks on the clock.
And Nathan Rarick in the first 2 periods, 3 takedowns to 2 escapes for Joey Hill, and that's a 6-2 margin. Just 4 seconds to go in the second period.
Rarick ties up that ankle. Hill reaches back over his head as we close out the second period here at 152.
And the Milton fans have cause to cheer now. See what's going to happen here in the third period. I believe that Rarick has his choice. He's going to start in the down position. So Hill is going to have to pull this one out in the last 2 minutes for the defenders.
On the whistle, Rarick short sits and Hill right behind him. Hill, though, has him flattened out. This official making him wrestle, so Hill's going to have to go for the pin, and Rarick can't just ride under there. He's going to have to move, but quite honestly, he has been. Rarick, bit of an upset so far here. I don't think that that's fair to say an upset. These are 2 good wrestlers.
Yes.
I don't care what the score is.
And there's a stalemate with 1:29 to go. I was surprised Nathan Rarick took the bottom position. I thought with all the success he had in the takedowns, he might choose the third period to start in a neutral position. But he's down looking for an escape to get back to his feet, and there he's up.
Rarick stands quick, tries to hook and roll. May have been looking for a standing Peterson. He knows, obviously, though, that Hill has to go for back points. Hill in the top position, but down by a bout score of 6-2. Barely over a minute remaining. Sit out, turn in by Rarick. Short sit behind him is Hill. Hill steps in with the legs. Hill gets a little bit high, now draws back. Rarick
working on the ankle to try and come out the back door.
55 seconds.
Very
Hill
close.
holding on, but out the back door is going to be Black Panthers' Nathan Rarick to go out to an 8-2 margin here at 152 and out of bounds.
And Bob Greenlee is telling Nathan Rarick to allow Hill to escape and to do it on his feet here in the last 47 seconds. So let's just see as they get set. That's what Nathan Rarick, I think, is going to do. Let's see. Nope.
Going to at least let some time tick off.
Yep.
Rarick just locks on that leg. And Hill trying to come around. Hill's working across the face. Takes that. Oh, I knew it was coming.
Yes, a penalty point will be awarded to Joey Hill.
Yep, absolutely.
But only 33 seconds to go, so it's now 8-3.
8-3. Rarick will remain in the top position despite the 1-point penalty. Rarick takes the ankle pick, drives his shoulder in. Hill trying to reach back over. Rarick uses that shoulder right in the side. Rarick's going to have to move up. This official's not going to let him stay back there. Now he hips in. That's better. No matter what the score is, go for the pin. You got to be working.
Just 14 seconds to go. And I think that Nathan Rarick, when he came back from out of bounds at the time, came back with a little bit more confidence.
Hill in the down position, 14 seconds. It's not impossible. He'll have to look for a 5-point move. Stands up, turns in, lifts. Rarick stays on that leg. If Rarick comes up for the head, Hill, though, trying to keep his balance. Rarick lifts, and official watching, and we will see another 2 points.
A near fall at the buzzer.
Yes. Near fall, 2 points. Bout score 10-3.
And that's going to make the team score Milton 18 and Warrior Run 25 as we move to 160 pounds. And that was one of those upsets, Jeff Brissetta, that Bob Greenlee for the Black Panthers was talking that he needed to have to keep his team in it. At 160 pounds, coming out for Milton is Shane Hawes, a senior. He's 10-7. Andy Kaiser, a senior, 15-2 for Warrior Run.
160-pound bout. A lot of action, a lot of excitement. And it's Kaiser that spins behind for 2 points. He out of bounds at 160.
And Andy Kaiser, a very methodical wrestler, very deliberate in his moves, very straightforward, just keeps coming forward all the time, doesn't back off, very powerfully built wrestler.
Shane Hawes, a senior for the Black Panthers, on the bottom, trying to come out, shows neutral, and catches Kaiser in a headlock. So we'll see trying to figure this out. There's 2 for reversal. No, only.
Let's see what's going on here.
I'm going to have to sort that out.
I think he's going to...
all we're going to see is a reversal by Haas. But there had to be an escape, so 3-2.
It's 3-2, and I think that escape was given to Kaiser.
Kaiser purchases the elbow, tries to look in, and catches Haas. Haas trying to turn away from it. Official not giving control. They go out of bounds, and it is there. He's giving a 2-2. Boy, they're quick points.
Boy, very quick takedown and very quick near fall points. That's going to be 7-2 in favor of Andy Kaiser.
Quick point, 7-2 bout here. I must say, if you couldn't see it live, we're glad you could join us this evening on CCN, who's bringing you high school sports with Kaiser of the Warrior Run Defenders. Again, works a back combination, but for another 2 points.
9-2, 50 seconds to go.
In the first period, we got nearly a minute left. Kaiser for the Defenders, working against Shane Hawes, a senior, 10-7 for the Black Panthers. Kaiser in control, on top here in the first period. Hawes for the Black Panthers. In the down position with his head down, got to bring his head up. Haas, a 10-7 performer for Coach Greenlee. Haas tries to reach up with a roll, but Kaiser has nothing to do with that. He just drags his hip. Look the way he drags his hip, trying to look, sit by Haas, turn in. They go out of bounds. 6 ticks on the clock here in the first period, but a lot of action
and
by Kaiser.
Andy Kaiser, 2 takedowns, an escape, and 2 near falls for 9 points. Shane Hawes, a reversal for 2. Locks in a tight waist and keeps on the near arm. So Andy Kaiser answering back for his defenders after Nathan Rarick pulled the big upset by defeating Joey Hill at 152 pounds. So period number 2 is going to start, and Shane Hawes is going to take the neutral position.
In the second period, bout score 9-2.
And notice how Andy Kaiser just keeps on the head of Shane Hawes.
Officials already talking to him. Stay in the center. Hawes backing up. Drive in by Kaiser. On the leg is Hawes as they move out of bounds once more. Now Hawes stays in the center, still back, but not going to take it.
And the referee puts his hand up in the air with the red armband indicating a warning stalling against Milton's Shane Hawes.
Okay, Kaiser shoots in quickly. Hawes tries to lock on the head. Now it's Hawes trying to pick up a single, but Kaiser reaches through with that can't. You see the hand come through the crotch trying to hook that elbow and spin behind, making Hawes carry his weight and does spin behind for a 2-point takedown here in the second period at 160. Warrior Run out in front by a team score, 25-18. It's been all Andy Kaiser here at 160 pounds. Sit out, turn in by Hawes, but Kaiser tries to catch it, trying to drive through in the head. Locks on. Hawes for the Black Panthers in trouble now. Kaiser working a pinning combination. He's going to have... Kaiser actually with his own arm is keeping it up. Now he takes the arm out. Hawes trying to arch his back. We will see back points, but with that combination, there's the reverse half. Kaiser with the reverse half, but Hawes bellies down. Kaiser picks up near fall points there.
3 near fall points. He's going to move out to a 14-2 margin with 30 seconds to go in the second period. And Shane Hawes got a little sloppy on that sit-out, turn-in, and when he did, Andy Kaiser was waiting for him, bowled him right over, picked up 3 near fall points.
It's a good move, but it has to happen just like that, real quick, and he hesitated. Kaiser, the type of wrestler he is, just jumped right on that. Hawes trying to sit out, hook that elbow, maybe working a Peterson underneath.
Now Andy Kaiser's going to be warned for stalling, as he's doing pretty much a parallel ride here, and you don't have to do it for long for referee Bernie Chapman before his hand is in the air. This time the hand with the green armband, which is signaling for Warrior Run.
Hawes in a short sit turn out. They're going to come neutral. 1 point for Hawes. We go neutral. Bout score 14-3 though. Kaiser going to try and work that shrug. Hawes tries to work the shrug, spin behind. He'll get 2 points at the buzzer. So he'll close in that margin.
He's taking the back points, or the takedown away as the buzzer rang. So it's still going to go 14-3 in favor of Andy Kaiser as we start the third period, and Kaiser will be down, and Sean Hawes will be on top. So the referee was ready to give the takedown, actually flashed it, heard the buzzer, and then shook off the points.
Hawes in the top position, tough place to be, as Kaiser just stands, tries to turn back, but Hawes drops back on the leg. Hawes has been warned for stalling, so he'll have to work pinning combinations all the way. He can't be satisfied the ride. Shane Hawes oversteps the leg of Kaiser, dragging his hips, turn in by Kaiser, nearly out of bounds.
Still down is Andy Kaiser with 136 remaining in this 160-pound bout, as the defenders are up by 7 points in team score, 25-18.
Andy Kaiser trying to turn things around after that win by Nathan Rarick. See Kaiser latched on that elbow, sits, turns in real quick, 1 point escape, snap and spin behind by Kaiser. So 3 point margin, or 17-3, that's 14 points, Bob.
And one more of something will give Andy Kaiser a technical fall. He allows Hawes to escape, so a takedown here will give Kaiser a 15-point margin and a technical fall. And there is
another takedown.
2-point takedown
by Kaiser.
And the referee will stop this on a technical fall at 57 seconds of the third period. And that's 5 team points for the Warrior Run defenders on the strength of that Kaiser 19-4 win over Sean Hawes. Team score after 160 pounds with 3 bouts remaining is Milton 18 and the Warrior Run defenders 30. Here we are at 171. Out there for the defenders is going to be Brian Hunter, and both he and referee Bernie Chapman are waiting for Brian Jones from Milton to come out, and here he is.
Okay, in quickly is Hunter, and Hunter picks up a 2-point takedown here at 171. Brian Jones, a junior.
Hunter comes in with a 14-3 mark.
On the whistle. Brian Jones for the Panthers in a down position and down by a 2-0 margin here in the first period at 171. Official watching. He's going to make sure Jones moves. Hunter trying to put a chicken wing on. It reaches through there. Tight waist and chicken wing on the left side, keeping Jones off his base. Now trying to walk that wing around. Trying to drive towards the head. Goes the opposite way. Tries to stack. And he does. Well, nice move by Jones. Tries to turn in. He'll pick up a reversal.
And that ties the score 2-2 with 30 seconds to go. Out of bounds they go on the far side, and they come back in with Brian Jones now in the offensive position, and it's knotted up at 2 apiece.
Hunter may have been just a little too eager, as Jones showed some real nice presence of mind and balance just to roll through that and pick up a reversal. It's Jones now in control, but the bout score is tied 2-2 with just under 20 seconds remaining. 171 bouts.
Looks like Hunter may have the Peterson in.
And does, and will pick up a reversal. Hunter will also pick up near fall points. Official watching. Jones in trouble.
Yes, if he locks the head out, stacks him up.
Yep. Hunter walking towards the face at the buzzer. 3-point near fall, Bob.
7-2 in favor of Brian Hunter as he was down with 30 seconds to go and able to get the Peterson.
Well, that's a 5-point move, so 7-2 is not indicative of what we've seen so far.
No, and Brian Hunter was about a quarter of a second away, I think, from a fall, but the buzzer saved Brian Jones.
Okay, very quickly on the whistle, it's Hunter in the down position, but out in front by about score 7-2. Jones takes the ankle, tries to work the face, but Hunter trying to step overstep Jones, trying to work back against him. Brian Jones going against the senior Hunter. Hunter reaches up trying to take the head. Brian Jones barely maintaining control here. We're early in the second period. Brian Jones trying to reach over with a cradle. Good move. If he can get it locked up. Official watching. This official hasn't let stalemating go on too much longer. Jones seems a little high there. Yes, he does.
And he's going to get stacked up.
Hunter pulled out his hand. And we'll pick up a 2-point reversal, and they go out of bounds.
And Brian Jones very fortunate he didn't get stacked on his shoulders as he was able to get out of it. But Hunter gets a reversal, and he's ahead 9-2, 1:02 to go in the second period. We're at the 170-pound bout between the Milton Black Panthers and the Warrior Run Defenders.
Well, Coach Smythe has to like what he sees out there in the bout. And Hunter, who again has bumped up a weight, he's a light 71-pounder. I'm not sure what the defenders what the formula will be at the end of the year. They've got these good kids all in a big knot here, and Hunter's one of them.
And he and Andy Kaiser, I think we're going to be having a little debate over who's going to go to 160 pounds at the end of the year. But either way, either wrestler, I think, will do quite well. 34 seconds to go, second period.
Jones of the Black Panthers down by a 9-2 margin. Hunter, a senior, now works in a chicken wing. And official indicates,
I think, a little bit of injury time here, or maybe a nosebleed.
To pick up action here. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Brian Jones for the Black Panthers. It's going to rest on him here. Black Panthers will have to make a move, and with Jones down 9-2, with 9 ticks on the clock, it may be down to 1 period.
And that will bring the second period to a halt at this bout at 171 pounds, with Brian Hunter leading by 7 points, and he'll start the third position in the bottom defensive posture, and Brian Jones will be in on top.
Tough position for Jones to be in. He's going to have to work for the pin. Hunter has wrestled well, and there's no... Jones tries to lock on. He's doing what he needs to do. Tries to lock on a cradle, gets way high, and will give up a 2-point reversal to Hunter. Hunter reaches up with that half. Hunter trying to drive it around. He is resisting, and we'll have another momentary timeout as Hunter again has a bleeding nose.
One of the things about this wrestling match tonight from either side, even the wrestlers that were getting a little overpowered by some of the outstanding wrestlers, really didn't give up. No quitting any of them.
Absolutely. It's Hunter over hook and chin by Hunter, trying to walk it around. Good presence of mind by Jones. Stays out of trouble. Hunter now locks on, 2-on-1 underneath, reaching up for that head. But Jones trying to bring his knees up. Official watching, waiting for Jones to move. Hunter's the aggressor. Now Jones trying to stand, come to his base. Hunter lets him stand up to go out of bounds.
And a warning stalling for Brian Hunter as he did not make an aggressive attempt to take down Brian Jones to the mat when they were upstanding, even though he had control. So Jones gets set once more.
Hunter will be on top, out in front, 9-2. Jones in the down position. Jones with his head down, tries to hook that roll. Probably looking for a Peterson, but broadcasting it. Stand up, turn in by Jones. Hunter just follows right behind him with a single leg.
And they're out of bounds on that far side with just 16 seconds remaining. One of the things that you said last time we saw Milton wrestling on CCN when they wrestled with Mifflinburg, that they must be one of the best 1-9 teams. When we saw them last time, they defeated Mifflinburg, but the record is so deceiving, 2-10, because here tonight they were only down by 7 points after the 152-pound weight class, as we're ticking off the final few seconds at 171 pounds.
Hunter is just proving too much tonight for the junior Brian Jones, and it will be Hunter for the defenders that will close this out with an 11-2 victory over Milton's Brian Jones.
And that will add 4 team points to the defenders' lead, as they have an insurmountable at this point with that win, 34-18 lead in the team score. But nevertheless, Milton really wrestling every match aggressively. As we go to 189 pounds, Wayne Smythe talking to Josh Leach, his senior, and Leach coming out in the mat to wrestle and square off with Chris Herman, a junior, with an 11-8 record.
Herman for the Black Panthers. We're here at 189-pound bout. I hope these heavier weights have been watching the mat. You usually get a little bit of dancing around of these bigger guys, and I understand why they do it, but experience should tell them tonight, you better be wrestling.
That's Bernie Chapman set the tone for his officiating early on, warning wrestlers for stalling, not advancing to wrestling, and that set the tone, starting with the 119-pound bout.
Yes, he did, and really a good sign. I don't think he could get away with this if he started doing that midway. He seems to be very consistent. I think we only had one call that he actually took it back. He was honest enough to say in one of the bouts there was no takedown.
Yep. I think the hallmark of good officiating is consistency, and that's what we've seen here tonight, as 1 minute remaining at 189 pounds in the first period.
Josh Leach trying to get underhook, step behind, but as Chris Herman hits a headlock, Herman for the Black Panthers now will give up a reversal.
I think
he rolled through, did not give Herman control, as Josh Leach ended up with the takedown. I'm sorry.
So Leach able to avoid the headlock, and he's going to get the takedown. He'll lead 2-0, 48 seconds to go. Period number 1 over Milton's Chris Herman in the bottom position.
Leach for the defenders has not had a lot of success, only 4-12 on the season, but doing a nice job here this evening. Warrior Run has already won this bout, so Josh Leach can go out there for himself. Leach reaching up on the head of Herman, takes a half, trying to walk it around. Josh Leach, official watching Herman for the Black Panthers, belling down, trying to take that wrist. We are waiting to see if we'll award back points, and there are none. Josh Leach sticks the legs in, and as Herman tries to hook and lift up under that leg, official watching Chris Herman underneath. Now Josh Leach tries to come up for the head as we close out the first period of action here at 189.
And Jeff, while the mat action was going on, I had a chance to sneak a look over to Coach Wayne Smythe, and very animated for his wrestler Josh Leach. He really wants him to win this one. He was really coaching hard from the sidelines, and Chris Herman will be down in the second period, and Leach will be on the top position, and he's leading 2-0.
Leach on the whistle, takes a tight waist, locks up the near arm very quickly, uses his weight, and Leach now goes to the opposite side, shoots the half in, stand up by Herman, but Leach takes the leg and drives forward and takes Herman back to the mat. They go out of bounds with 1:43 remaining here in the second period. 189-pound bout. We've certainly been treated to some excellent matches through the evening. Senior Josh Leach going for his 5th win, but it's early. Josh Leach counters Herman's stand-up by dropping to the single. Whizzer spin behind by Chris Herman.
Out of bounds.
They'll show out of bounds, but a 1-point escape will be awarded to Chris Herman.
So let's see if Chris Herman tries that headlock again. He was unsuccessful the first time he tried it. Now he's in on a single leg.
Herman seems to be a lighter wrestler. Josh Leach not able to counter that single leg, and it's Herman now that goes out to a 3-2 margin for the Black Panthers.
And just 1 minute, 7 seconds to go in this second period. As Chris Herman able to mount a rally here, and he escapes and gets a takedown to take a 3-2 lead.
Chris Herman asking for injury time.
And injury time is back in as the wrestlers are in a neutral. Let's see what the referee's going to do. He's going to set Josh Leach down as he was taken down right before the action was interrupted. There's 1:07 to go in the second period. Chris Herman setting in on top as referee Bernie Chapman from District 6 in the middle part of Pennsylvania sets him and ready to go.
Herman riding from the opposite side. Leach shows a little bit of power there, but Herman for the Panthers. Leach hooked on that elbow. He's going to try and spin, come to the outside. Look how Herman rides that elbow, trying to keep his shoulders in, able to keep his balance and therefore keep Leach down. We're under a minute here in the second period at 189. Herman now coming a little bit far forward. He's trying to stack him up. Chris Herman trying to stack him up.
Very close.
And he does. By the sheer force of pushing that power half through, he's going to pick up back points on Leach. Leach now rolls through. Herman has him in trouble.
And that's it. There's the fall. 1 minute, 39 seconds of the second period as Chris Herman comes through with a pin over Josh Leach. And Milton going to get 16 points, and the score is going to be Warrior Run 34, Milton 24 as we go to the heavyweight bout. And just that quick, Chris Herman from the top really able to stack up Josh Leach for the defenders.
Welcome to the Watson Inn, the area's most complete inn, designed for comfort, friendly service, and fabulous food. The staff at the inn is pleased to offer a full menu of steaks, seafood, sandwiches, soups, and more. Plus the Watson Inn's weekly chef specials to tempt your taste buds. The Watson Inn features family dining in the Heritage Room, spacious banquet rooms, and guest rooms, creating an atmosphere that'll bring you back. The Watson Inn in downtown Watsontown, the area's most complete inn.
It's a car born of intelligent engineering. It's responsive, innovative, refined. It's a driver's side airbag and anti-lock brakes. Introducing the all-new 88 Royale LS. Oldsmobile. The power of intelligent engineering.
Check out our wide selection of Oldsmobiles here at Hawkins Chevrolet, where friends meet friends.
Welcome to the Dutch Pantry in Danville. Come and celebrate our 20th anniversary. Our senior citizens menu is an added feature along with our famous ham and bean soup. Courteous customer service and a relaxed atmosphere enhances your dining experience. Browse through and admire our gift shop. Handmade Christmas items and Amish dolls are a few of the gift items to choose from. The next time you get together with your family, take them to the Dutch Pantry, located at exit 33 off I-80 and Route 54 in Danville. This part of tonight's presentation is being brought to you by Montour County Oil Company at 237 Rooney Avenue in Danville. 24-hour emergency service, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. Call us at 275-4555 for all your heating needs.
At heavyweight out there, coming out for Milton, Rich Erb is just a sophomore. He's going to be facing Ken Hamp, also a sophomore, with a 12-7 record.
Hamp for the defenders. Kind of an upper body wrestler. You can tell he's trying to lift and slip behind. Is able to do so. 2-point takedown.
And they're out of bounds. 1:45 to go. Ken Hamp, a very good-looking sophomore. I think he'll have a very successful wrestling career for the defenders before it's all said and done. Aren't that many really outstanding sophomore heavyweights?
Not, and he'll get his chance, and he may get his chance this evening as he's driving, keeping Rich Erb for the Panthers flattened out. This official will not let him stay there. He'll make him move. You see the tight waist near arm, works the bar arm by Hamp. Hamp with a tight waist, has Erb flat, trying to walk it around. Hamp going for the pin. Defenders, there's the fall.
And that's in 41 seconds of the first period for Ken Hamp of the defenders as he wins, and that's going to make the final score here tonight from Warrior Run High School. The Warrior Run defenders, 40, the Milton Black Panthers, 24. We'll be back after these announcements.
For years, the phone company